Okay, so today we're going to do a quick video on the TF350s. If you get an F1 error come up, there's a couple of key things to check. They're usually pretty simple to sort and resolve, but a couple of things to look at. So we're going to run through that today. What I've done is we've got a unit out of a machine here because it's easier to show what we were doing. Principle's the same. Obviously yours will be in a machine with the TF350 or the MF350. TF350, if you tip it up on its back or flip it over, it's easy to get to. Which we've got in one of our other videos, or with the MF350, it's more accessible anyhow. You've got an access plate, you can open that to get to it, to see what you're doing. But two main elements you want to check on the machine side. So you've got your motor and drive assembly, which is here. Depending on your age of the machine, there's two types of connectors. This is the current newer type. Some will have a white connector and a separate connector for the sensor system, but the principle's the same. But this is what's on the new machines. So you've got here, just got 4 cores, 4 cables going in, 2 of which go to your motor and 2 of which go to your sensor. So one of the common issues we get is mice chewing on the cables here. So either chewing here or on the sensor. So if you have a look and this sensor's not connected, it's probably due to that. You just need to get a new sensor, which you can buy online from us. You can get the kit, comes with a magnet and the sensor, and then replace them yourself. The other issue we get is generally to do with connections on this part. So this is the bit that comes out of the machine. Obviously you connect it up with, and you get corrosion in here, or these pins crunch in. So I'll cover that as well when we get to that point. So on the main motor itself, you've got essentially a magnet on the rotating part, and your sensor here. So as this rotates around, when it passes, you'll get a signal, and that's what you use to count and know where the park position is. If it's not getting a signal, it doesn't know where to park, so it will keep running until you hold the power button on the control box, and it will turn off wherever it is. But with these, because they spend longer opening rather than closing, chances are it will stop with the shutter open. So you need to basically get that sorted and see what the problem is. But it's easy enough to do. So for instance, if you'd replace this sensor, you do need to line them up. You want to get them so they're within a couple of mil of each other. You also as well, this is on a moving part. So sometimes you've got to tweak that up or down just with a screwdriver or by hand to get that nicely aligned. Once you've got that fitted, you want to check actually that it's got continuity. So I'll plug this back in, but if this is on the machine, it'll already be connected. Put that one in there, and then we come to your male connector that you use to plug in on the machine. So twiddle the gland off the back, separate that one there, and then you've got this comes out. You want to check as well when you're in here. Very often you see like corrode. If these get wet over time, you get a bit of corrosion in the back. Just check that it's not corroded and it just doesn't need the connection cleaned or redone. And the other issue we get as well is these pins. If you get a lot of dirt in there, they can crunch in. And with a little screwdriver, you can get in there and just wiggle them, so it opens them up. You get a better connection. So that's the other thing to look at. Same on the female side. Just check they're all good, and there's no issues there. When you've got that there, if you've got a multimeter like we've got here, if I get this one connected up, we'll set that on just continuity. So when you've got a circuit, it beeps. The sensor circuit, if you see there's numbers on the back here, so it's the green and the white wire go to the sensor. So that's 5 and 1 on there. So shove that one in there. But that one's actually got continuity already. So with the sensor, when the sensor's lined up, it's got continuity. So as they rotate, it's harder to do one-handed, but as they rotate, this thing will come round and you get a signal. So that's good. If you're not getting a signal, so if this thing's way down here, you're not getting a signal, you just got to come in and adjust that up, so you're getting a reliable signal. And then you're good to go. Your sensor system works, your motor works. You can plug that in and test your control box. If it's not working, then you just want to do the same on the connector on the control box side. Check for corrosion, check for pins that are loose, check for any issues, and that should get you sorted. And that's how to fault find if you get an F1 fault on a TF350 or MF350.